Hello, lovely viewers. Today, we have some interesting phrases to dive into, so let's get started. Our first phrase is, carry on a conversation. This expression means to engage in a verbal exchange with others, where you take turns speaking and responding, often sharing thoughts, ideas, information, or opinions. It's all about maintaining a dialogue. For example, I enjoyed carrying on a conversation with my friend for hours, discussing various topics from movies to politics. It's a great way to connect with people and share your thoughts. Our next phrase is breakneck. If something is described as breakneck, it means it's moving extremely fast, often to the point of being dangerous or reckless. Imagine a speed so high it might make your heart race. For example, she drove at breakneck speed to get to the hospital, fearing that she was running out of time. Sometimes life demands speed, but it's essential to be cautious. Now let's talk about at the crack of dawn. This phrase refers to the very early hours of the morning, specifically at the first light of day when the sky begins to lighten. It's the time when most of the world is still asleep. For instance, we had to wake up at the crack of dawn to catch our early morning flight. Next up we have, what's it like? This is a great way to inquire about someone's experience or feelings related to a particular situation, place, activity, or thing. It's all about discovering their perspective. For example, what's it like to live in a bustling city like New York? It's a fantastic way to learn about someone's daily life and experiences. Our final phrase for today is glamorous. When something is described as glamorous, it means it's very exciting, attractive, and often full of charm and beauty. For instance, she looked glamorous in her formal black gown. And there you have it, our journey through some fantastic phrases from Power English. I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson and that you'll carry on these expressions in your daily conversations. Thanks for watching.
English.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kristen Cho.
And I'm Cameron Word.
We're so happy to have you.
We are.
And I hope by this time you have your brand new book of Power English.
A great little companion to our show.
Right. So you told me that you recently quit coffee.
I did.
Okay, this is shocking news.
It is.
Because we're going to talk about coffee, being a professional barista. What's going on? Why would you quit coffee?
So I literally had an addiction to coffee. I would drink 4 to 5 big glasses.
Big
glasses of coffee.
Yes.
And I was tired, or my stomach hurt, or I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
It was causing lots of problems.
Really?
Yeah. So I went on vacation, and I just thought, while I'm on vacation,
no
coffee.
And still now?
And yeah, it's been about a month and a half.
And you feel
almost.
better?
I feel okay. It's not great.
You mean you don't feel so much better? You just feel, okay?
I mean, my stomach doesn't hurt.
Okay.
And I sleep a little better. But I'm tired. I still miss the fact that coffee wakes me up.
I feel bad for you.
Well, but it's like, when you get old and older and you can't eat as much sugar as you like, or it's that same kind of thing.
Okay.
I'm getting older and I just have to sacrifice.
Oh my gosh, the sacrifice came early for you.
It did.
Okay, so we are talking about professional barista. This is our biz dialogue. And a lot of people are getting their certification. People retire and they become a barista and pursue their coffee dreams. The subtitle today is I Get Here at the Crack of Dawn.
Yes.
Okay, so if you get somewhere at the crack of dawn.
Yes.
How early are you there?
It is super early.
Yeah.
The sun just cracks over the horizon.
Right.
You're just beginning to see the sun.
and thus the expression
crack of dawn.
Okay. All right. If you carry on a conversation, what does this mean?
You're talking to another person.
Okay.
And it's usually for a good amount of time.
Okay. And finally, breakneck. It's one word.
Yes.
Breakneck.
Breakneck means fast. Okay. So fast you could break your neck.
Oh, okay. So we often hear breakneck speed. All right. Let's go ahead and listen to our first biz dialogue about being a professional barista.
What's it like being a barista, Danny? It seems like a glamorous job.
Well, I do enjoy it because I make people happy, but it's a lot like your job at the restaurant.
Really? It seems like you spend more time carrying on conversations than making espresso.
You've never seen me working at a breakneck pace during the morning rush.
I'm at the restaurant preparing for the lunch shift then.
I get here at the crack of dawn to do pretty much the same thing.
All right, let's take a look at the dialogue. Kat says, what's it like being a barista, Danny? It seems like a glamorous job. So our power pattern is right at the beginning here. What's it like, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
So what does this mean? What's it like?
Usually when you're using this question, you're asking what an experience is like.
Yeah.
Someone either has a job or they have gone through some big experience and they want to know. You're asking them, hey, how was that? What was that like?
Right. So here, usually it's followed by, a verb ing. So what's it like living in Korea? Yeah. What's it like being a radio DJ?
Yeah. What's it like winning the lottery?
I don't know. I wish I did.
But someone did.
Okay. All right. It seems like a glamorous job. So when you say, oh, I'm a barista or barista, it sounds like a glamorous job. Now, the word glamorous is interesting. What does this mean? Glamour.
Yes. In English, glamorous means something that's kind of luxurious. It's shiny. It's rich. Flashy.
Yeah.
That's what glamorous means. I think in Korean it means more like a woman with a good body.
Yes. Yes.
And if that woman was, say, wearing a very nice big ballroom gown or a ball gown, or she was wearing lots of shiny jewelry and diamonds, and that would be considered glamorous. But it has nothing to do with the shape of your body.
That's right. So we often use this with like glamorous party or glamorous dinner. Like we can use it with anything that's very luxurious and kind of fancy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So things like The Great Gatsby. Everyone knows that movie.
Yes.
All of the shiny, rich decorations.
Right.
That would be considered glamorous.
Do you think being a PE Power English host is a glamorous job?
No. It is a great job. Yeah. But I would think a glamorous job would, like an actor that's always going on a red carpet.
Right.
And they have the paparazzi following them. And they're in we're in our regular clothes in the studio.
Well, that is true. But, some people, Cameron, think that working, on the radio is a glamorous job.
I think it depends on the show. And sometimes there are glamorous moments.
That's right. Okay. Danny says, well, I do enjoy it because I make people happy. But it's a lot like your job at the restaurant. So Kat says, wow, it seems glamorous. And he says, yeah, it's I make people happy. It's nice. But it's like a job at a restaurant. What does Kat say?
Really? It seems like you spend more time carrying on conversations than making espresso.
Okay, so Kat is saying, oh, it sounds like you're talking to people rather than make coffee. Now, this is an interesting way of saying to talk.
Yes.
Okay, carry on conversations.
Yes.
Why is it carry on conversations?
So you could say something like, have a conversation.
Yes.
But I have no idea, is it a short conversation, a long conversation? However, carrying on a conversation feels like it's kind of long.
Yeah.
Or maybe because he's working in the coffee shop, maybe he makes some coffee, talks to someone. Oh, a new customer. I'll be right back. Makes another coffee. Then he goes back. He returns to the conversation.
Right. Good. Yeah, because you're just like carrying on. That expression right there is kind of like it just continues.
It just continues on and on.
So, Danny says, you've never seen me working at a breakneck pace during the morning rush. So Danny, in the morning, it's crazy. He's working really fast. And the expression that describes that is breakneck pace.
Yes.
Okay.
So breakneck is used to describe speed that is extremely fast. So fast, you could break your neck.
Oh, my.
And if you think about, like, if you were in a roller coaster or, I don't know, a rocket ship, that they go very fast.
Oh, yeah.
And if you go all of a sudden, it could put a lot of strain on your neck and hurt it.
Right.
So that's kind of where the expression comes from.
Okay. So working at a breakneck pace or breakneck speed. This word breakneck is actually kind of hard to pronounce.
Breakneck.
Yeah. Breakneck. Yeah. It's not easy. Okay. So Kat says, I'm at the restaurant preparing for the lunch shift then.
Yeah.
Okay. And Danny says what?
I get here at the crack of dawn to do pretty much the same thing.
Okay. So Danny comes early in the morning for the morning rush. Kat, is here for the lunch shift. And Danny says, how early does he get here?
He gets there at the crack of dawn. So honestly, as soon as it starts to get light outside, that's the crack of dawn.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of cafes, especially in America, I feel like they open at 6.
Yeah, I do.
So they have
like
to get there
shops.
at like 5 a.m.
Right. Or sometimes some are 24 hours.
Yeah. I don't think that's as often here. Some of the chains, the cafe chains here.
Right. Yeah.
But
in New York, it's very common.
Oh, yeah.
24 hours. So I know you wake up early and it's kind of, like we're going into winter and, probably you wake up at the crack of dawn, too.
Oh, yeah. It's still pretty dark outside.
Wow. What time do you get up?
Right now, I'm getting up around 6 a.m.
Oh, 6 a.m.
Simba wakes me up at 6 a.m. My dog.
Okay. She.
Yeah.
Or he gets up at the crack of dawn.
Yeah, he does.
All right. Let's go ahead and listen to that one more time.
What's it like being a barista, Danny? It seems like a glamorous job.
Well, I do enjoy it because I make people happy, but it's a lot like your job at the restaurant.
Really? It seems like you spend more time carrying on conversations than making espresso.
You've never seen me working at a breakneck pace during the morning rush.
I'm at the restaurant preparing for the lunch shift then.
I get here at the crack of dawn to do pretty much the same thing.
It's time for Power Note. We're on pages 22 and 23. Let's do a quick review. Carry on a conversation means to speak to someone for some time, right? It's a little different from the idea of just talking to someone.
Yes.
I mean, talking to someone could be for a short time or a long time. It's very general. But to carry on a conversation, Cameron, I feel like you kind of talk in more detail or like about a little deeper things.
Right.
Yeah?
There's a feeling that it's deeper or it's more free. Like it's not like you're sitting down and really focusing on this conversation with this person.
Right.
And you might talk about different things, but it's not like you're saying like, we need to have a conversation about your job.
Right. You're just sharing conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. Tommy seems really distracted lately.
Yeah, he can barely carry on a conversation for 2 minutes.
Okay. Sometimes, people, who can't focus or who are distracted can barely carry on a conversation.
Yes.
He has a hard time carrying on a conversation. So it's just like very short.
Yeah, the conversation, it's awkward.
Awkward.
Yeah, there's no flow to the conversation.
That's right. Okay. Sheila and Mark carried on an intense conversation for 3 hours.
Ooh.
Have you ever done that for 3 hours?
I mean...
4 hours?
Yeah.
Intense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, intense here is a little vague. We don't know if they're fighting, which I think maybe.
Yes.
Or it could be a political discussion.
Sure.
Or maybe even philosophical.
Philosophical.
Or,
yeah.
you know, I've had conversations about philosophy that have been very intense.
Sure.
That go on for a long time.
Right. We have our little short conversations, too.
We do.
About philosophy.
And we carry on longer conversations during the breaks.
Yeah, that's right. We are always carrying on conversations.
We're always talking.
Okay. I keep saying break.
It's,
breakneck speed. Okay, breakneck means extremely fast. Let's see how it's used. The bus driver is going to crash if he doesn't slow down.
I know. It isn't safe to drive at a breakneck pace in the middle of a city.
Okay. So, pace, we see the word again, pace.
Yes.
Speed. Let's see the next one. We don't have to go at breakneck speed to get there on time. Now, would you say pace and speed are pretty much the only words that kind of follow with breakneck?
Speed, breakneck pace, breakneck clip.
Ooh.
CLIP, which is essentially the same thing as pace or tempo. So all of these words that are talking about the speed of a rhythm, those are the types of words that would follow breakneck.
Okay, so another example, you have those like bullet trains that go at breakneck speed.
Yes.
What other things go at breakneck speed or pace?
Well, for example, some races, like a horse race.
Yeah.
You could say a breakneck horse race.
Horse race, okay.
So a horse race that just goes so fast.
Right.
The horse is just running crazy fast.
Or how about the car racing?
Yeah. The Indy 500 or the Formula 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go at breakneck speeds for sure.
And of course, remember we had the Concorde, the airplane?
Yes.
Yeah, that went really at breakneck speed, but of course it's no longer
that is true.
running.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. At the crack of dawn means at or even before sunrise.
Yeah. So here the crack is just where the light just goes over the horizon.
Right. What time are you leaving tomorrow?
I have to get up at the crack of dawn to catch a 7 a.m. flight.
Now, isn't this so typical? Like when you're traveling?
Yeah.
People usually like to take the morning flight.
Yeah.
But if your flight is at 7:30 or 7, that means you have to get up at like 3:30.
Yeah, because you have to be at the airport at 5.
You have to get ready. You have to be at the airport by 5.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Recently, I was at the airport, and it wasn't even 6.
Oh, my gosh.
So I had to wait for a roaming service. I had to wait because they open at 6 a.m. I did not know that.
Yeah, I love whenever you go to the airport at that early.
Yeah.
And the convenience store isn't even open.
Yeah, it's not open. It's not open.
Yeah, you can't get like all of the stuff you want.
Because you're there at the crack of dawn. Okay. As a kid, I used to get up at the crack of dawn to deliver newspapers.
Yeah.
This is a job I feel is no longer, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if they do that.
They really do newspapers so much anymore.
I know. I'm sure there are, newspapers that are delivered, but in America, there is culturally the idea of a young person as a part-time job to deliver newspaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I lived in the country, so we didn't really have that.
Well, you can.
But if you're in the city, you probably have that a little more.
Right.
But this would be similar to the Korean 아침 대바람. Just like that. It's so freaking early.
Boy. All right. What's it like is our power pattern, meaning How is it?
What was that experience? How was that experience?
How was that experience? What's it like to go into space?
What's it like to be in a coma?
Okay, you obviously woke up from a coma.
Right.
Yeah.
And then so you're asking, what was it like to just sleep?
What's it like to be on TV? What's it like to be a voice actor?
All of those things.
I get those questions quite a bit. Okay. Our power vocab is the word glamorous. Okay. And so do check out the definition on page 24. And let's thank our sponsor.